Boy, oh boy. So I didn't believe this when it first started happening. Now, I thought that after they released the base game, all those guys on TikTok who openly showed cheating on the beta version of the game were taken care of. But obviously, they integrated an anti cheat when they changed the loading wallpaper as I booted up the game. After they released, like, I think it was the next season, they said something anti cheat. But with cross-platform, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe I'm correct. When you have a cross-platform thing, it makes it harder to detect cheaters. And I am definitely pro, playing with as many people as you possibly can. But I understand that there are a few bad apples out there that spoil the whole bunch. But there were couple of games that led to me making this conclusion. Now, obviously, I don't just cry cheater, cheater whenever the game doesn't go my way. In fact, honestly, this is more just for championing for a more integral gaming community, because especially from what I understand, there are these things where people actually bet real life money on these matches, and that's where a lot of cheaters go, because then they can just basically take money from people, which is wrong. Because not just from a gaming perspective, but like a human nature perspective, this kind of put a sour taste in my mouth. But I was playing a game on the Babylon map on Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and I noticed that these guys were sliding around the map very quickly. And usually when I tried to slide in Black Ops 6, I'm not able to get up as fast as these guys were, which was very odd to me. No like human I know can get up and slide that fast around the map. And then not only that, get accurate headshots with everybody they come across, avoid every bullet, and really just understand the game to that much of a science. Then I look at their ranks and their prestige masters, like with 500 plus rankings on them, and I was keeping my mouth closed until there was another guy on my team that said these guys are cheating. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not the only person seeing this right now, right? And me and like three other guys who were on game chat just said, yeah, no, this is looking very suspicious. Obviously, the guy on the other team that was cheating, who had like 3 times the natural score compared to everybody else, he's like giggling to himself and he's like saying, no, dude, I'm not cheating. You're just bad. It's like, no, dude, I've had lobbies with a lot of legitimate players and this stuff doesn't happen. And if you go on platforms like TikTok, you'll see a lot of people showcase their cheating software. So it's basically out there that, cheaters exist. And obviously you expect that in real life, but it just takes a certain type of no life to have to go on games and do that kind of stuff. Now, obviously, from what I understand, the developers of the game are trying something where they're actually trying to make it so it's no longer cross-platforming, not to stop cheaters overall, but it's going to make it easier to detect, on a console by console or platform basis, because although it is way more common in PC gaming, there are people who do bring it to console. I've actually heard that come from a cheater's mouth where, oh, we're on a console. No, people can use mods on consoles. They can modify their consoles. Now, I obviously don't know if it's just how many people are doing this, but the amount of people who are these maxed out prestige masters with very unrealistic gaming like playing styles, it's gotten super far out of control to the point where like I have to stand up and say, yeah, you want to know something? This is not ethical. This is not okay. This is ruining the game for a lot of people, and it's sad because I did download this game via Game Pass. I haven't played Call of Duty in a while, so I've been out of the loop when it comes to cheating and everything like that for a while. But man, I know that they've probably been trying to deal with this for a long time, and every time they make a patch, it just ends up coming back being worse. And I don't know how many of these are legitimate players who are using modifications, or if any of these guys are bots, because I see something really weird when it comes to the gamer tags of Steve or the gamer tags of like Joe or something like that. Like, I don't know who just makes their gamer tag Joe. That's very bot specific behavior where I'm just like, okay, something's weird. Is AI coming into this? Have we opened up the Pandora's box of technology and now everything's just all out of control? It's all becoming chaos. I don't know. I don't want to hope that it's that bad. I don't even know if we're going to make a permanent fix or there's going to be even a fix happening because it's gotten so pushed against the integral players. And I'm a casual player too. I don't even want to know how bad it is when it comes to rank playing and everything like that. But, you know, the amount of other YouTubers I've looked their material up on how they talk about like cheating, now they could explain it way better than I understand. And although I just have basic cybersecurity knowledge, like I have my Security Plus certification and I think my CISSP, I believe. But if anything they say over me trumps that, or they have more in-depth, listen to them, because they went into a whole lot of, you know, rabbit hole guiding for me that, you know, really opened my eyes to the science behind all this stuff. Now, I can't just regurgitate all of it and act like I understand it to a T, but it's good to know that I'm not, you know, just being a sore loser, and that, yeah, no, there's a serious problem when it comes to just soulless people coming on and, you know, modding these games and ruining it for everybody who just wants to come home from work or school and unwind and enjoy something and not think about anything. Because, look, I get it's just a game, but this is just showing me that every time we get a good thing, and Black Ops 6 is a fun game. I really love this game. I honestly think it brings me back to the good old days of 10 Prestiges and having those Call of Duty maps that we all made memories on as kids. It really brought back a nostalgic tone to me. But seeing it now and seeing where we're going now, it's just sad to see that this is where the gaming community overall has involved. Because it's not just Black Ops 6 where I see some suspicious behavior. I see a lot of different people like that who just have overpowered characters on UFC 5, where it seems like everything you throw doesn't hit, and then when they hit you once, you go down. It seems to me like the deck's being stacked against us and being twisted so bad that integral gaming might be a thing in the past if we continue to let this go on or not speak up or anything like that. And even if it does go that way, I just want to clear my conscience and know that I was the guy that said, okay, no to this cheating nonsense. And I just want to, win or lose, have an integral experience where we're bonding and having a good time, and not, you know, calling these cheaters out who, at the end of the day, they're just rage baiters who get off on us freaking out. And honestly, I have called some of these guys out on game chat where I said, you're a low life, right? And maybe I just shouldn't give them that energy anymore, because well, it's like they kind of thrive off that. They just like the attention, and there are some broken people out there who really have no moral code, and what do? They affect the lives of people who do have a code and who do want to build something and be a net positive to society. But overall, it just goes beyond a gaming issue. This is a human nature thing too. But what do you guys think? What are your experiences? Because I really realized something was wrong when I looked at the kill cam and a guy knew where I was going to be behind like 2 walls and still got a perfect hit right off the bat. Like, my guy didn't even have a fighter's chance. But that's all I got to say. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Game safe and game integral. And, you know, don't be a low life. But I'll see you guys later. Peace out.